if you're a coach wanting to implement mental training into your practices, but you're worried that you don't have enough time, I'm going to show you the 3 skills that I teach every single day in my practices that take less than 5 minutes. So I'm here, just got done with practice, just for 5 minutes. I'm here with my kiddos somewhere in the background, any coaches that are also moms and juggling it all. But here's the 3 things that I taught today. They are woven into my practice. Number 1, every day we teach some sort of failure recovery method. This is called for us the Snapback Routine. So before the season, or like at the beginning of the season, every athlete created their own snapback routine. It's a combination of a breath. At the top, they say a reset word that is found based on their best playing experiences. And then on the exhale, they're doing some sort of reset signal, some sort of grounding signal. So touching their fingers together or like looking at the antenna. I coach volleyball. Something very simple. And the snapback routine takes like 2 seconds. And like I said, this is a failure recovery system. So instead of athletes spiraling after mistakes or feeling bad about themselves or like any of that, they do their snapback routine and then they're back in the present moment and they can perform better. And so we train this every day woven into practice. So sometimes I'll have like a station where when they get to that station, they need to do their snapback routine, or I will cue them at the start of a water break. I'll say, everyone do your snapback routine before you go get water. Or if we're doing drills like serving and passing, there's a lot of like opportunity between serves. If they shank that ball, okay, do your snapback routine before the next serve. So we're weaving that into practice. It hardly takes any time. Okay. Now the other 2 are kind of packaged together. It is self-talk and visualization. Okay. So self-talk, how athletes are talking to themselves is so important. You already know this because you're probably teaching all the physical skills and you have, talented players, and but that's the easy part of coaching, right? Is like the physical part of the game. It doesn't matter how physically trained they are, how good they are, if they can't perform when it matters, or they're crumbling under pressure, or they're back there saying like, don't serve the ball to me, or like feeling bad about themselves. Their self-talk is so important. So every day we do something called the 3-2-1 Brave, right? It's a daily mindset routine. Takes 5 minutes or less. So I get everyone together at the whiteboard at the start of practice. They come with their journals. They already know, like their notebooks, they already know the routine. They write down their 3 affirmations, and these are found at the beginning of season as well, based on their goals for the season. And those goals and what they want are turned into 3 affirmations, which are like positive first person present tense statements. So an example would be like, I am a fast, aggressive defender. Like that. Let's just use that as an example. So they write those down every day. So that's just like something that's routine, and they're reminding themselves of who they are and who they want to be. 2 minutes of journaling. They can either like free write and free journal, or I give them prompts based on like what I want them to really be thinking about. Like, what does it look like to be a good teammate today? Or what does it look like to give full effort today? Things like that, to kind of get those things out. And then 1 piece of gratitude, because we know like what we find, we create more of. So we want them to be like hunting the good, what we say. So like, what are you grateful for? And then 1 piece of evidence that one of those affirmations is coming true. So if the affirmation is like, I'm a fast, aggressive defender, what evidence do you have from practice today that you did that, or from, the games this week or whatever? So again, hunting the good, finding in like things in their environment to support who they're becoming. And so that helps them with their self-talk, what they're focusing on, because our brain has a negativity bias, and so do your athletes, and they're going to find like all the things that are wrong with things that are going on. And then visualization. So the Brave at the end of that is a visualization that we do. It also includes some breath work. It takes like 2 minutes with our program, Plug and Play Elite Mental Game for Teams, which you can learn about at our free training at coachfreetraining.com. Also have the ability for coaches to facilitate just by playing this visualization for their athletes, or athletes can listen to it through their AirPods. They can download them to their phone. But anyways, the Brave stands for the B, like I said, is breaths. They do 5 intentional breaths. At the top of each breath, they say their reset word to themselves, and then they exhale, and then they say their 3 affirmations. The A stands for affirmation. The V stands for visualization. So they actually visualize each of those affirmations, and I have them do it specifically. So if one of their affirmations is, I'm a fast, aggressive defender, they say that to themselves, and then they see themselves doing it. And I have them write down beforehand, like, what are 10 examples of what this looks like literally out on the court. And they just visualize one of them. It takes like 15 seconds, maybe even less than that. So they watch themselves in their mind, like laying out for a ball. Okay. And then the E at the end of Brave stands for just energy shift. So at the end of the Brave visualization, they're ready to go. They're feeling good. They've done some breath work to kind of regulate their nervous system. They visualize themselves playing well. They're off and ready to go to practice. And like I said, that 3-2-1 Brave takes 5 minutes at the beginning of practice. It's woven into what we do. So if you want to learn more on how to do this with your team, first of all, go to coachbretraining.com. That's where I teach you all those skills. I also teach and talk about the plug and play elite mental game for teams. So you can just do this like seamlessly. I also have another video that you can head to if you are specifically wanting some guidance on the Snapback routine. So if you want to help your athletes develop their own Snapback routines, head to that video because I lay it all out there as well. All right. I hope this is helpful. I'm going back to my kids. We're going to leave and get out of here now.